In this video, I'm using a plain 7 rosette to cut patterns into some offcuts of rosewood using different cutters and positioning. In this first video, which is speeded up 5 times, I've used a 1.2mm end mill in a drilling frame. As you'll see, the blank isn't quite square. As the first pass around, it didn't cut all the way due to it not being square. After 2 or 3 passes, to get a reasonable depth, I'm going to stop the cutter and the rotation, and I've phased the rosette by 50% and cut the pattern for us on a second time. This runs round for a couple of passes to get down to the same depth as the first cut, and then I'm going to stop it and I'm going to move the cutting point to the far side of centre, and you'll see with the same rosette and no other changes, it cuts a completely different pattern. Because this is such a small pattern, being just past the centre, rather than phasing the rosette, what I've done here is increase the diameter by 2mm, and I've cut a second part, made a second pass around just to repeat the pattern. Once that's completed, there's a still image of the resulting 2 patterns, as you can see. The next video, again speeded up 5 times, I've replaced the drilling frame with a universal cutting frame set in horizontal orientation. And so here, just make a couple of passes around, and as you can see, due to the diameter of the cutter, it's cutting quite a deep pattern into the piece of rosewood. Again, I'm not going to phase this. All I'm going to do is move the cutter in by about 5mm from memory, and cut a second pattern, and this will create a little 7-pointed star in the centre of the workpiece. Unfortunately, I'd advanced the cutter a little bit too far, and so once I increase the depth, it in fact overlaps and we end up with an unusual shape to the star in the centre. So this is something to watch for in the future. And there's a still image of the final piece of work. Thank you for watching.